Hi guys, and welcome to this episode of Gunner's Choice. So this episode I'm going to be speaking about my favourite ever Chuck Norris film, with the unfortunate passing recently of Chuck Norris, who's an absolute action hero of the 70s and 80s and 90s as well, and he was also in television. It's a very sad news. I grew up with watching a lot of his action films. There's so many of his films, from Silent Rage to Missing in Action to Lone Wolf McQuade, but this one is basic, which personally I still think Code of Silence is one of his best films. If you've not seen it, definitely check it out. But my favourite of his is Firewalker from 1986. So this is a film that I'm going to be talking about this episode. It's a little tribute to Chuck Norris, like I said, growing up, one of my favourite action heroes. So this episode is all about Firewalker. Let's go! Today's episode is about Chuck Norris. It's a little dedication, unfortunate with his recent passing. Not too many people can say they've acted in a film with Bruce Lee. Also, you know, some of the films that I didn't mention, like Delta Force, the recently Expandables. There's so many of his films. Chuck Norris, like I said, 70s, 80s, 90s action hero. This is my personal favourite. So the one that I like is called Firewalker from 1986. The basic premise of the film is about two guys who, they're sort of like mercenaries. They go around the world, you know, finding archaeological facts and stuff like that. If I'm going to be honest with you, it's a mix between Indiana Jones and Romance in the Stone. It has elements of both. I really like this because Luke Gossett Jr. is in this, and also the lady who was in Flash. Basic premise is these two are looking at getting out. They've had enough. They've had enough adventures all over the world, and they just want to get out now. Whilst, you know, they're still alive, basically. So just as this is about to happen, this young lady comes into their life with like a treasure map, and they're both like, what's going on? Anyway, she convinces them to come and find this treasure with them. So it's basically the adventure that they go on. All sorts of madness happening in this film. There's a lot of comedy. Like I said, if you liked Indiana Jones and Romance in the Stone, so many elements of that. There's also a supernatural element to it. When they do actually go to find what the treasure map, what they're going to basically find following the treasure map, they get to the location. This source of like spirits and things like that are going on in this. Also in this film is the actor Billy, who's out the Predator. So for me, this is one of my favourite Chuck Norris films. Growing up, I absolutely loved this film. As I stated, he has so many other films, you know, like Invasion USA. They did so many to name that people have enjoyed over the years. But for me, Firewalker is a really good action, fun film. It might seem a little bit dated nowadays, but if you're looking for like fun action, he's brilliant in it. The chemistry between him and Luke Gossett, really, really good. And if again, I know I keep referencing it, but if you've seen Romance in the Stone, and if you've also seen Indiana Jones, so many elements of that. If you enjoyed those films, I think you will enjoy Firewalker. So if you've not watched it, then definitely check it out.